Greetings, welcome, hi, I'm Zubin, and today I'm going to be giving you words that you can use instead of futile long phrases, and hopefully this will improve your lexiconographic skills, your vocabulary, and do give me additional input and feedback if you'd like to see more. So instead of saying very angry, you can say furious. Instead of saying very beautiful, you can say gorgeous. Instead of being very big, you can say massive. Instead of being very boring, you can say dull. Instead of being very noisy, you can say deafening. Instead of very poor, you can say destitute. Instead of being very cheap, you can say being stingy or stingy. Instead of being very clean, you can say spotless. Instead of being very short, you can say brief. Instead of being very difficult, you can say arduous. Instead of very dry, you can say arid. Instead of very quick, you can say rapid, which I'm also being at this point in time. Instead of being very bad, you can say awful. Instead of being very smart, you can say intelligent. Instead of being very sad, you can say sorrowful. Instead of being very upset, you can say distraught. Instead of being very cold, you can say freezing. Instead of being very strong, you can say forceful. Instead of being very huge, you can say colossal. Instead of very calm, you can say serene. And in lieu of very ugly, you can say hideous. In lieu of very small, you can say petite or small. Very small is petite. Very funny, you can say hilarious. Instead of very quiet, you can say hushed. Instead of being very rich, you can say wealthy. Instead of very expensive, you can say costly. Instead of very dirty, you can say, well, you can say, instead of very dirty, you can actually say filthy. Instead of being very tall, you can say towering. Instead of very easy, you can say effortless. And instead of very wet, you can say soaked. So I'm hoping that kind of covers up a broad range of expressions that you can substitute with these words, and let's see where this goes. Thank you for your time. Wish you a pleasant day ahead.